Yeah, okay.
Yes, yes.
Nice to see you.
Can you see me now?
Yeah, okay. It's okay. Thank you. Thank you so much to be here. So we have our first talk from Marco Andrei about the research career of our great colleague Massimo. We have almost done around all the earth. Okay. And so the floor is to you, and when you want, I will start your video. Okay? We don't hear you, actually. Ça va pas, peut-être que tu vas te donner mon micro.
So let me say a few things first, and then I will leave the floor to the video. So it's a really an important case that I couldn't join you in SFAX. It was a very nice occasion to meet everybody, in particular you, Olivier, and Massimo, of course. I do not see him in the room, but probably he's there, right? So this was very nice. So what I wanted to do with this short video, since I cannot say too much online today due to other
So we don't hear you. I think that there is a problem.
Il a coupé, parle pas. Coupe ton micro.
Okay, so my mic is on.
Okay.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah,
Yes.
now it's
Yes.
Now it's okay.
Ciao, ciao.
So what I was saying is that it is really too bad that I couldn't join you in SFAX. So I want to say hello to Massimo. I can see him now appearing on the screen. And you, Olivier, as well.
Yeah.
So the idea with this video was that since I cannot say too much connected, I wanted to provide a general idea of the very many different activities that Massimo was carrying on along his career. So there was a lot about science, and this, from what I understand, has been already discussed, but it did much concerning institutional activities, of course teaching in the Faculty of Engineering, but also something sort of out the general scope of a professor in engineering, which is trying to widespread the general culture. So he was very active in very many kind of activities related to cultural events, theater, and other gatherings. So in my short video, I wanted to try to give an overview of this kind of general activities that Massimo was doing. And this is my way to thank him for the very interesting work he has been doing along his career. So thank you a lot for inviting me, and if you wish, you can start the video.
Okay. Thank you so much.
I'm going to get disconnected in a while.
Okay. Thank you so much, Carolomassimo. So, alors, I try to share my screen. I have to find out somewhere. I think it's here. So, yeah, probably. Yes. And no, I don't see the button to start.